Red MacGregor.
Life is too short to be drinking shitty beer.
Welcome to another edition of Bands, Bikes and Bows Reviews. I've got a bottle of the Orkney Brewery Red MacGregor here. I've left the missus down in the garden doing some gardening. She thinks I'm out the front putting the stuff in the bin, but I was too eager to try this, so if I get interrupted, that'll be her with a knife in her hand trying to murder my arse. Anyway, let's get back to the beer. This is from the Orkney Brewery. Obviously based in the Orkney Islands, right up the north of Scotland. They're a really good brewery. They do some fantastic ales, and everyone I've tried so far from them has been top notch. Skull Splitter, Raven Ale, Dark Island was exceptional, and I've got one of these now, the Red MacGregor. Now, one thing I really like about this brewery is their labels, their full colour labels. See, Marston's, that's how it's done. Witchwood Brewery used to be like that, but now they've decided to be twats and change the label. There is the cap, very nice indeed. It is the Celtic stroke Viking design of a Triskel, I think. What is this? This is a ruby ale. It's in a 500ml bottle, and it is 4%, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, 4% by volume. What does it say on the nose? This is ruby red beer. It's delicate, floral and fruity with notes of violets, cherries, toffee and caramel. The crystal malt creates a juicy character of both toasted and biscuit-like malt with a spicy, hoppy finish. Now that sounds really good. Ingredients: water, malted barley, malted wheat, hops, and that's it. That's all you need. Red MacGregor is a unique and award-winning beer with a delicate and sophisticated yet robust flavour. Red MacGregor is a celebration of one of Scotland's true historic heroes. Yeah, sounds promising. Let's get it open. Stop gassing, start drinking. Oh, it smells really nice. Lots of toffee and caramel malt on there. And that's about it. Slight hops, but not a lot. It smells really good. Let's get it into the glass. Now, ruby ale is one of my favourite styles of British ales. There's, obviously there's bitters, and you got traditional IPAs and pale ales, but for me, ruby ale is the tops, because it just has, if it's any good, it will have lots of lovely toffee and caramel malt. It's very slight hoppy notes and a lot of fruit. Hopefully that's what we got here. Let's check it out on the nose. Oh, that smells so good. Lots of fruit in that now. Fruit and caramel malt. That smells really promising. There it is in the glass. There's a fair bit of carbonation, small bubbles. Lovely chestnut, dark chestnut colour. 1.5 finger head, I think, or maybe possibly even 2. Slightly off-white head, quite foamy. Looks good. Let's dive in. Cheers, or Prost, as they say in Germany. Oh, that's brilliant. That is just what I was looking for. Really good. It reminds me of the Adnams Broadside, but not as rich. There's not as much body in there, in that one, as there is on the Broadside. But this is still good, as you would expect from the Orkney Brewery. They are so good at what they do. And as they say, there's lots of caramel and toffee malt on there, and there is a bitterness that you don't find in a lot of ruby ales. It's got that hop bitterness running through it as well, and it leaves you with that bitterness and very, very slight coffee notes on the aftertaste. But it's so good, it really is good. And there's some dark fruit in there as well, like raisins. I don't know about the violets and cherries that they're talking about, I'm not getting that at all. But what I'm sort of getting is raisins and dark forest fruits. Oh, it's so good. That is really nice. And as I say, these are really good at what they do, the Orkney Brewery. All the ones I've tried so far, the Skull Splitter, the Dragon's Head, the Raven Ale, the Dark Island, and now that Red MacGregor, they just get it right. They just get it spot on. Whoever's brewing and whoever's doing the tasting down there really know their stuff. Oh, that's really nice. Really good. I love that label as well. And they do some cracking labels on their beer. They've got very good artists, graphic artists too, they employ to do them. And yeah, the Skull Splitter, and well, all of them really, I don't think they've got a bad one. Like their beers. Yeah. The authentic Orcadian Ale. It's really nice. I suggest you check out the Orkney Brewery. Obviously in Scotland, they're quite easy to get hold of. Down here in the south, it's a little harder, and I've had to get all mine online. But I was in a pub in Liverpool Street in London, and there was a pub that was selling Dark Island on draft. Oh my good God, it was absolutely amazing, and they really kept it well and they poured it well. Really good stuff. And this is another one I'm going to keep an eye out for, because I really like this. It's got a rich caramel and toffee malt initially, then that bitterness, that hot bitterness kicks in, and then the aftertaste, you're getting sort of chocolate and slight coffee notes, dark chocolate and slight coffee. And it's lovely. It's not a typical ruby ale, but it's its own unique twist on a ruby. But it's really good. So what would I give that? Well, I'd give it a 9 out of 10. And the reason I'm not going to give it a 10 out of 10, it was quite expensive. That was over £2 something a bottle, and it's quite hard to get hold of down here. And in fact, I should give it a 9. I'll give it a 9.5, and I'm just going to knock a half mark off for it just not being available too widely down here. I mean, their Dark Island is probably the one that I've seen most in pubs. I don't know why that's taking precedence over the others, because they're all good. But yeah, I'd give it 9 out of 10, and I would definitely recommend this if you're a fan of, you know, your British ales, bitters, and especially your rubies like the Witchwood Hobgoblin, Adnams Broadside, all them other, you know, well-known dark ruby ales. This stands up among them all. Really good. So yeah, that's Red MacGregor from the Orkney Brewery. And remember, beer is working class champagne. I've got to fuck off back to the garden now, pretend I was out putting the stuff in the bin.